Do I have to play to you? I'll just be like, yes. All right, let's do it right now.
Yeah, I would like that.
You're the wacky one.
I'm the wacky
You're the
one.
wacky one. Well,
Yeah.
just in the episode we saw during the panel when you get crapped on by all
Yes.
the birds.
I wouldn't say it's wacky as much as it's unlucky, severely. I'm verbally shit upon on the show, and now I was literally shit upon on the show. Print that.
Okay.
And that. Down low. This is a low angle. This is gonna make me look terrible. Oh, okay.
But when you're coming up
Yes.
with all those crazy things for Andre to say or do or
Yeah.
act like, how are you coming up with all that? Just the most things that can make him seem like the biggest asshole, but he's just kind of like out there.
I feel like, not to get too serious about it, but Andre is like this character who is like no filter in the way like everything that is nerdy about him he really wears. So he's not like he dresses like a douche, sure, and I don't know if he acts like a douche as much as he's just like not afraid to be in his own skin, and he's not like easily. I don't know, he's like a punching bag. He can kind of get back up. So we improvise a lot. So it's a lot of just them feeding into me and me feeding into them, just trying to make it as extreme as we can.
Sorry about that. Do you have the sweater that Vin Diesel wore in Triple X? The
I do not keep any of the wardrobe, only because I'm afraid of that wardrobe. Doing this show has made me so nervous about clothing because after a while, like, you'll be wearing something so terrible and you'll be like, oh, that's not bad. But it's only not bad because I'm wearing the worst clothes in the world. It's like, eating prison food and then somebody gives you like a Hungry Man dinner. Like, this is pretty good. It's like, no, it's only because you've been eating prison food is that it's really good. So I have to be careful because every now and then I said to my wife, I was like, I think maybe like this fedora is not bad. And I was like, oh no, no, fedoras are terrible. I can't wear that. So.
Steve was talking about how you might be the guy on set most who gives back during the improvising, and the example we were talking about is a few seasons back when we come up with the acronym for SPUNK.
Yeah.
And like when you're doing that, like, do you feel like you have to give back more than the others because of your character? Because he creates a lot of the humor in the show to start with.
Yeah, like I feel like for me, it's sort of like I don't think it would be fun to have Andre being this guy who's just like picked on and then like just like, oh guys, come on. So like I think. The only way to kind of deflect that, I'm not going to block your camera, the only way to deflect that is to kind of unwittingly embrace it. And I think because it makes it more interesting too. It's like, instead of just being like, hey, stop it, so I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, I think so. Like, by the way, I don't understand why Andre is friends with these guys because if he was aware of it, he would be like, he'd have to be in therapy for a very long time, or he'd just be getting out of this friendship. It's terrible. It's a terrible friendship.
How much involvement do you have with the writers in particular for Andre?
Well, I've actually written a handful of episodes over the course of the 5 years, so I get to do that. But, our scripts come there as outlines, kind of like Curb Your Enthusiasm. So we have this like outline to go off of, and we don't have the dialogue. And the writers are really Jeff and Jackie, who direct and are on set for every episode. So I would say we're very hands-on in every part of the process. It's kind of impossible not to be. And the scenes do take a different form than they're written. It's kind of fun to see.
And you have such a hectic work schedule. You have this, you have NTSTS.
Yeah.
You're in movies, you're in other TV shows.
Yeah.
How do you maintain it all? Then how do you keep track of it? And then when you get back to the league, how are you then back to 100?
It's funny because we only do, the league is like 50 days out of the year. So pretty much from July to October, we're doing the league. So it always feels like, oh man, it's going to be hard to get back and do this character again because I do like NTSF and that character is like very high status. So, but once you put on those clothes, you're back. It's, 5 years now. It gets easy. I mean, it's certain things like the benefit and deficit of sitcoms is like your characters never grow, they never change, they just are these same people. So you can kind of sit back into it, put on those uncomfortable clothes, and then you're back in.
I thought the Arsenio stuff was brilliant.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thanks.
Any more of that?
No more Arsenio or Scheer Pauls that I know of. However, this might be exclusive to you. I look like I am potentially going to be on Arsenio Hall as our Scheer Paul. So that will be maybe happening. He had Max Greenfield on playing Vanilla Ice, and he interviewed Max Greenfield as Arsenio interviewing Vanilla Ice. So that was like an amazing moment for me to watch Arsenio Hall play Scheer Paul, and then dress Max Greenfield up as Vanilla Ice, and then interview him again. That was the most meta of meta moments of all time.
You just mentioned how with sitcoms, that sometimes the detriment is the characters stay the same as the
Yeah.
star. But in the last season, they definitely tried to give more to Andre, give him a wife. And
But they took him away.
They took him away.
Yeah.
But when you were doing that, and it seemed like did you enjoy the idea of him getting?
Yeah, I still kind of miss the fact that Andre didn't get married because I feel like Jama was so great. She's so funny, and it was nice to have an ally. And I don't think it takes away from the actual character. I just think it's just gives me a different thing to play, like just another thing to do. Because not like that. Andre's dating life is not very well explored. What do you got there? A Hit Girl poster?
Yeah.
You want me to sign it?
I would love to. No, I kicked it over, so it's permanent.
Any other questions? What do you have a good question? Ask me a question about Walking Dead. I'll give you. Michonne dies in the first
So what do you
episode.
think's going to happen with Walking Dead?
What do I think is going to happen? I'm excited. Actually, one of our writers for NTSF, actually one of our lead writers, he's on The Walking Dead this season. So that's really exciting. And sorry, this is my wife. Oh, hold on. No, I can't answer my wife's phone call here. I don't know what's gonna happen. I actually do know a little bit what's happening. I can't spoil it. They're gonna get out of prison, and the governor's gonna be bad. That's all I know. That's all I can get. Yeah.
Did you come up with double entendres?
I can't remember if I did. I came up with James Bondres, and I think one of the Harry Potter ones is mine, and 50 Shades of Grey or something like that. That was mine. But I mean, it's all everybody's. But Walking Dead. Here's a good thing. Our Filthy Sexy Teens. We did Filthy Sexy Teens, which is a new pilot we did for Adult Swim, and it just aired last week. And Stephen Yuen plays who's Glenn on Walking Dead, plays a kid who is pretending to be gay but actually straight. And if anyone ever finds out his secret, he'll be ruined. And he was really funny in it.
I'm a huge fan of your podcast.
Yeah.
How this get made. I'm just wondering, why no Michael Bay movies yet?
We haven't done a Michael Bay movie?
And I've gone through it. You haven't.
Wow, that's surprising. That's a really big hole. I don't know. Yeah, now it will be in the works. Let's stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned for it.
But also, you were talking about, I saw you tweet with McLeany after San Diego, and you were saying how we still haven't gotten to San Diego because they kept rejecting you.
Yeah.
So how'd you finally make it into New York?
I don't know. New Yorker's cooler than San Diego? Yeah, I don't know. Like that weird San Diego Comic-Con has been weird with us. They're like, it's not for our audience. But yet, as you saw, I mean, I think it is. So hopefully they'll, maybe this will be a good, chance to maybe get in there next year. I mean, look, they brought Wilfred and Sonny and Sons of Anarchy, so I feel like we are okay to go.
Thank you very much.